All right, so today we are solving parallel lines cut by a transversal. We've got 5 of these examples. We're going to name it. We're going to solve for x. So basically, you've got 2 choices. They're either going to be congruent to each other or they're going to add to 180. Those are your choices. Let's zoom in here on this first one. When we're naming this angle pair, you're going to ask yourself 2 questions. All right, are they on same sides or alternate sides of that transversal? So right here, here's my transversal. 155 is here, x is on this side. So you'll see how they're alternate. So they're alternate. And then are they on the exterior outside the parallel lines or the interior? They're on the interior. Oh goodness, alternate interior. So remember when we name these, anything that has the word same side in the name is going to be supplementary, and then all of the other ones are going to be congruent. Okay, so these, and notice another thing, this is a big obtuse angle, this is a big obtuse angle. So these are going to be congruent. Therefore, x is equal to 155. All right, so that's what we're doing for all of these. Okay, so for this one, I need you to help me out. Are they on the same side? These 2 angles on the same side or alternate sides of the transversal when you look at them? Same, right? Yeah, they're on the same side. So these are same side. And then are they on the interior in between the 2 lines or the exterior on the outside of those 2 parallel lines? Interior. Yeah, they're on the interior. See that? So they're same side, interior. And then remember, same side is supplementary. Same side supplementary. And another way you can tell is like, this is a tiny little acute angle and this is a big obtuse angle. So they're going to add to 180. So the way we do this is we take 180, we subtract 36 from 180, and then x is going to be 144 when we do that. Moving right along. Okay, you guys did a good job of this in the warm-up, but we have these angles, and remember asking yourself, like, are they on the same side or alternate sides of the transversal? These are on the same side, but they're not both on the interior or both on the exterior. So the issue here is that one is in the top left-hand corner here, one's the top left-hand corner here. So these are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles, it doesn't have the word same side in it, so they are going to be congruent. So x is going to be 80. All right, they're the same. And then another way you can tell, we've got an acute angle with an acute angle, so they're going to add, or they're congruent to each other. Okay, moving on to the next example. So we're going to ask ourselves these questions of, are they on the same side or alternate sides of the transversal? They're on the same side. So same side. And then are they in between the 2 parallel lines? Or are they on the outside? So interior or exterior. These are exterior. And so another thing that you can notice, it has the word same side, so same side means supplementary, and then you've got a big angle and a small angle, so they can't be the same. They're going to add to 180. So you need to take 180 and you need to, not divide. You need to subtract 110 from it, and you're going to get 70. So x equals 70. All right, and then this last one right here, same side or alternate sides of the transversal. They're on alternate sides of that transversal. And then they're both on the exterior. So these are alternate exterior, and they are going to be congruent. And then like I was saying earlier, another way you can tell is that 123 and x are on like separate sides, right? Like they're both obtuse. There, that's the words. So they're both obtuse. They're going to be the same. They won't add up to 180. Because to add to 180, you have to have one acute and one obtuse. All right. let's move to this next section. All day long with these emails. So we got alternate exterior. So these are alternate exterior angles, and then you want to ask yourself, okay, does this name have the word supplementary in the name? Does it? No, right? It doesn't. Okay. So these are going to be supplementary. So what that means, oh, sorry, these are not going to be supplementary. What am I? It doesn't have the word same side. Here, let's do that. These are going to be congruent to each other, because if it had the word supplementary, it would be same side, supplementary. If it has the words alternate, if it has corresponding, anything else is going to be congruent. And then also just look at the picture. You have two acute angles right here. They're not going to add to 180. They're going to be the same as each other. So in order to solve these, we are going to set equal. Okay, set the two angles equal. If you know that they're congruent, you're going to do 7x minus 12 equals 3x plus 28. All right, and some of us really struggle with solving these equations. So what I would suggest doing is your first step. Look at this. Your first step is going to be, you're going to subtract 3x on both sides. Why am I subtracting 3x? Because I'm trying to get all the x's on the same side. But in order to do that, I've got to get them off of one side. And I chose to subtract 3x because it's less than 7, and I'll end up with a positive number. So that's going to disappear. I've got 4x minus 12 equals 28. And then my next step, I've got to get this number away from that 4x. So I'm going to add 12 on both sides. So 4x equals 40. So what did I just do? I added 28 plus 12 and got 40. And then I just brought my 4x over. Then I'm going to divide by 4. X is going to be 10. Easy peasy. All right, so those were my steps. I subtracted 3x, I added 12, and I divided by 4. Those are the steps that I took. All right, let's look at this last one. So here's my angle pair. So it's angle 3 and angle 5. All right, we've got angle 3 and angle 5. And we're asking ourselves, same side or alternate sides of the transversal? 3 and 5 are on the same side. So same side. And then are they both on the interior or both on the exterior? Well, they're in between these two lines. So 3 and 5 are same side interior. So if it has the word same side, they're going to be supplementary. And also look, like 3 is a really tiny angle. You'll see that? 5 is a big obtuse angle. They're not the same as each other, so don't set them equal. You're going to add to 180. Add to 180. So what you're going to do is add 9x to 15x plus 12, and you're going to say equals 180. So I'm going to give you a second to write that down. And then I see this a lot. When you guys are solving, sometimes you want to like subtract that 9x from that 15. You cannot do that. So draw that line in, and notice everything over here is on the left side of this line. So we can combine like terms here. There's 9x's and there's 15x's. We can add the 9 and the 15 together to end up with 34x, definitely 24. Yep, thank you. 24x plus 12. That would not have been fun to solve the whole thing and then like, what's happening? And then now it looks a lot easier. 24x plus 12 equals 180. We're going to subtract 12 on both sides. 24x equals 168. And then I don't have a calculator. So who can tell me what 168 divided by 24 is? What do you got it, Trinity? Is it what? 7? Okay. Awesome. So x is 7. All right, and then the last step, this one, I didn't ask for it on the... Oh, you know what? This does ask for the angle measure. I just didn't pay attention to that. So we'll go back up to that in a second. I didn't plug them back in before. But angle 3 is 9 times 7. You just plug that in. 9 times 7. So angle 3 is 63 degrees. And then 5 is going to be 7 times 15 plus 12, which is also whatever 180 minus 63 will be. 180 minus 63, I think is 117. I believe. 117. But it's also the same as, get my phone calculator. 7 times 15 plus 12. 7 times 15 plus 12. So you would get 117 there as well. So those are your two answers. It just depends on what it asks. Sometimes it'll ask to solve for x. Other times it asks for the angle. This one I solved for x, but did not get an angle measure. So just make sure that you see, to get a angle measure, you're going to plug 10 in here. So 7 times 10 is 70, minus 12 is 58. So 58 degrees for that angle. And then it's also 58 here, because it's 30 plus 28, so 58. These should be the same.